Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 634, recording live on December 3rd, 2025. I'm your host, Cowtown Tony.
I'm another host, Kyle.
And I believe Destin will be joining us soon. Dave went missing in action after his deer hunt. I don't know if his deer ate him or something. So we'll
he's
have
too
to.
busy eating the deer.
That could be it too.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go to what we
Dustin
did in
must have
guns.
gotten an inch of snow because he's late. So
yeah, I can see that. Well, no, I'm not gonna say, but Calgary weather is not great, and and any kind of snow, just early the first week is just everyone's like, oh, what is happening?
So we went on the weekend. We'll just fill with some banter here for a bit, but and I drove over the mountain range, the mountain range, in quotations, over to Alamogordo on Sunday for an event, and we saw as low as 24 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's barely below freezing.
Yeah, it's like -4 Celsius. So and the other day at work too. Like, it has not been warm here either. Now, obviously, further up north is worse, but for here, that's cold.
That's funny. Does it? Do you see a large, like, day to night temperature swing in your neck of the woods, or is it?
Some days, yeah. Like right now, we're getting down close to. Well, this morning was a little warmer, but like there's been freeze snaps and that, like, as much as 40 degrees Fahrenheit swing.
That's significant.
Like from 30 to 70 sometimes.
So days are still pretty warm, I guess, under the sun especially, and
once you
it's
get
very
in the sun,
dry for you guys. So that'll be something. Okay, let's go to what we did in guns. I'll start with me first. I guess after hunting, it's always going to be a game cooking segment to start. So I made this. I didn't do what I did in guns last week, but I made this deer scrap stew, so to speak. There's a lot of trim pieces.
Oh yeah, just your stewing meat, your trimmings.
Like, I'm not a very good first time butcher, so like if you watch the Meat Eater or Bearded Butchers, these people, and you'll see like they can separate the leg muscle groups very well, and it just, the butchering is real for me, and just it's not the same piece, so there's always going to be side pieces. Like, toss them all into the pot, slow cooker, 6 hours. It's really not bad. It didn't have any. It's funny because this deer didn't really have much deer gamey taste to it. It could be that this time around I butchered it, so I got my hands all smelly, so I can't smell it anymore. But I always thought that was it a tenderloin or was it the backstrap? I had to have Adriel confirm it. That he fed me last year at hunt camp. I always thought that cut was tender, but it had a gamey taste to it. So I don't know what happened there. It could be maybe the processing wasn't done clean. We didn't have tap water, so we can't wash it aggressively.
Yours has now rested and been in the freezer and kind of bled out. Where you're talking like a fresh off the meat. That's one reason why I am a big proponent to hanging. And like you're talking about your fridge thing, that's where the airflow is a big deal. Because I'll hang out. Ideally, I want to hang an animal for 2 weeks, and that does help with that gamey taste. If you cut it, butcher it up, freeze it right after a kill, I find it tends to have a bit more gamey taste.
That's fair. That's
processing is absolutely 100% going to make a difference on the taste of your meat.
Yeah, the meat wasn't tough, but the fibers are not tender. So you would, from a texture perspective, I was able to tell this is not a farm animal, but yet because it was stewing, the silver skin didn't seem to make a difference, so that's good. So now I have a solution, because I don't have a grinder. I have a solution for all the offcuts of meat, and I have a place
Why didn't you buy a grinder from Bass Pro on Black Friday?
Maybe I should have done that. Nah, I'm gonna eat the deer whole this year, and maybe I'll figure something out next year. There's also plenty of people I can borrow a grinder from, so that's not really a primary concern. My buddy in Thunder Bay that I mentioned quite a few times, he got the international shooting supply deal on the Savage Axis 2, which is funny. That didn't sell out as door crasher style as I thought it would. I think the 4 or 6 guns, around 5, lasted like half an hour, and then I bet someone didn't pay. So in the afternoon, one of them returned back on a shelf, and then it sold. So good deal. I think it was $390 before tax and delivery. Shipping was a little expensive though. It's like $60 to get it from BC to Thunder Bay. But again, Axis 2 is not that fancy, but at least it's a stainless gun, so maintenance will be relatively easy. 308, so I'm looking for some ammo for it for him. And golly, ammo is expensive. I don't know what ammo prices are anymore because I have a reloading press. So I don't think about it that way. So I'm like, okay, 308, like just under $1 around, but in reality it's more like $1.50 even for pretty like 50 round semi-bulk stuff. So shop around. I see there's some deals on ammo, mostly 9mm and 223 for Black Friday, but not a lot of 308. I guess 308 was never a very popular semi-auto caliber here for competition, so I guess the volume is just not there. And for Black Friday, I did pick up something for myself. It's supposed to arrive today, but Canada Post, because Canada Post is being Canada Post, so it didn't happen. So the 1022 build is moving forward, but kind of down a different path. Previously, I've mentioned, and I'll post this on Discord as well, that I always want the 1122 to 1122 Fletcher Gunworks 1122 receiver, because they have a convertible top, so you can like clean it easily. You don't have to take the bottom out. But then my thoughts kind of changed after the first BTSA mini rifle match, where it's kind of more modeled after how mini rifle is shot in Europe, where a lot of tiny little targets. So IPSC's model is always DVC, as in speed, accuracy, and power. And compared to PCC, mini rifle really leans a lot more in the accuracy camp, more than speed. And you can also take a magnified optics to mini rifle. You cannot for PCC. So the style is quite a bit different in that sense. I found this dark web website, I think, called the Hunting Gear Guys or something. And he has a 1022 build guy on it. So go look at that. It's have some important information on it. For example, I didn't know I need an action screw. You would think like either the stock or the receiver would come with one, but none of them do. So you end up needing to buy one. So just know that I did get one before I put in the order, because I checked the guide. So do that. I think there is a few things missing though. I don't think he mentioned about cross pins. You need cross pins, so know that. I'm getting the tandem cross pins. Those have like a D10, kind of like an AR. Well, the AR one have D10s coming out into the pin, but that one have ball D10s coming out of the pin, I guess. Reverse, but similar idea. It will retain a little bit better. It's probably a little bit easier down the road to disassemble and reassemble the thing, and it's not that much more expensive. So I was looking on magdum.ca, the retail division for Spectre Ballistic SBI. And I was looking for the deal on the super light chassis. That's what I thought I'll build my gun to be. But looking back at the requirements, well, if I'm shooting magnify optics, I probably want a receiver rail that's the whole length of the receiver, or else the eye relief is not going to work out. Like my initial build with the 1122 receiver that was planned was very much modeled for like a steel challenge kind of deal, like speed over everything else. But now factor my eyes and then accuracy requirements for IPSC into it. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should get a traditional receiver. If I have a aftermarket stock, it's not that difficult to take apart. And after I build my Bushmaster, I'm more comfortable with gunsmithing at a moderate level, let's say. So I feel more comfortable about taking guns apart. And I have a torque driver now, so I can torque everything back in and won't be breaking anything. So I was looking at the C71 receiver, which is the SBI custom receiver. That's pretty standard, as in it doesn't have crazy charging handles or anything. That was on sale for $147, so that was a great deal. But I'll go more into detail when I have the product I'm gonna have next week, which is I bought a ST22, and I found our video interviewing Tristan from SBI on that matter like 2 years ago, I want to say. That's $222, which sounds like a lot more, but the ST22 come with the barrel V block. Again, it's very weird. It's not like building a AR MSR kind of thing where you get a kit of lower receiver parts. They don't really do that, so you have to shop everything separately. You need a V block. The receiver may or may not come with the receiver screws, which is what clamps on the barrel. So it's like it doesn't come with the barrel now, I guess that's the equivalent. It doesn't come with the receiver pins. It doesn't come with a charging handle. The charging handle may or may not come with springs. So the V block is $25. The charging handle is $50, and those two are both included on the ST22. So in the end, that makes it kind of a good deal. At that point, I already placed the order, so it's like, please don't charge me restocking fee if I want to change my order. So I was trying to reach them on email, and Magdum SBI replied on Sunday. So I'm thinking it's Tristan who is doing the replying. So thank you for changing my order midway. And I guess I didn't do horribly considering that red receiver for the C71 that I quote unquote returned sold like a few hours later. So I think they made pretty good money on that. Well, made good business on it for sure. And I was writing an owner report for Adriel on my the Savage Impulse that I had a lot of complaint with. I don't think he shot it yet, but I was just writing down things things I've observed and he might want to watch out for. And the major complaint is still the light strike issue. I don't love the trigger either, but we'll see if he ran into any problems with the trigger. I was able to record that. For some reason, the safety blade won't swing out properly. Anyway, that was a separate issue. And last but not least, I picked up a bone stock 1022. Thank you to Dave at Full Hill Farm Training, longtime friend of the channel for sure. So it's nothing fancy, drilled and tapped, so newer style iron-sided 1022. So I thought, instead of getting everything perfect the first time, why don't I just buy a 1022 and rob parts off of it? For example, the bolt. For some reason, I don't know what kind of bolts I want, so I'll rob this one for a bit, and I'll rob the trigger group for a bit. I still don't know what trigger I want. They're so expensive.
So now you have you essentially bought two guns to build one.
Well, here's the tip. I'm gonna piece my proper race gun together, and then I'll sell this thing complete back as a gun. Right? This is the whole point. So yeah, I believe this thing has 0 rounds on it. I don't even know why Dave has this gun, but yeah, standard carbine with the barrel band. That's kind of messed up, but you know, you can always take it off. It's a plastic barrel band though, so that's probably not as bad. Oh yeah, I was about to mention this. Do I have a charge? I do. So dry firing again. The only experience I had previously was a stock-ish 1022 was at Maple Seed. All I remember was the magazine are a pain to load, and the triggers weren't very good. It's like very spongy, and at the time I wasn't as bad of a trigger snob because my benchmark was the Mossberg MVP that also featured on the show previously. So I was like, the trigger's really, really bad. This one is, I want to say, not as bad. Yeah, it's like the recess light, but the brake is pretty clean, I want to say. Well, yeah, I also remember this. If you're keeping your 1022, you should do this to modify your bolts hold open. Because it was such a short stint, I only shot one qualifier Maple Seed with the Loner 1022. I remember it was quite messed up, the no auto release thing. I didn't remember it was this messed up. If you press on the back, it locks. You have to press on the same lever, but in the front to release it.
Oh, so it's got a pivot so weird the way they have that slot cut in there.
What the heck is this about? Like, who okayed this? Like, what the?
Yeah, that's the first thing to be.
There's two pieces, two sides to it. Like, there's a little pointy bit. So if you press on the back, it locks it, and then you have to like kind of do this to unlock it. I didn't remember it was this bad, but it was bad. The A22 never had this problem, so that's all good. Well, for IPSC, I guess I will lock in anyway. But the thing I don't recall was, why is the charging handle so hard to operate? On the A22, it was never this resistant, I guess. Like, it's hard to do it with the pinky.
That seems extra stiff.
I don't know if it's... No, I don't have the A22 here. That would be a good comparison, but maybe it's because it wasn't oiled very well, but that seems like a lot.
Yeah, that seems extra stiff. I'd be looking at something in there.
That. Actually, I can measure it and tell everyone how heavy it is because I have a trigger gauge now. So, well, maybe it's becoming a little bit better. But yeah, just if you tell me this is a kid's gun, I was like, they can't pull the charging handle on it. So. Oh yeah, even as an adult 1022, the length of pole is still a little short. But I guess this is kind of a medium length of pole. It's not as bad or as short as the Cannel, so that's all good. Yeah, so more to come. Hopefully I'll have my custom 1022 done by this weekend because I'm going to the match on Saturday, so I can test fire hopefully, and we'll have more to talk about next week.
Cool.
What about Kyle? What have you done?
Some stuff and things. First off, did hear back from Timney, so like I had upped my ask on triggers there last week, and yeah, no, they're good. So they've been incredible, absolutely incredible. So they'll end up being 2 shipments because the Kelvin Elite is currently in redesign in beta testing. So,
do they say what's gonna happen to it?
Just some geometry on the internals. Like they've gotten them back, and they're just still beta testing them before they release them. So cool. just some stuff on the internals for the trigger that they upgraded. So yeah, there is going to be an improved Kelvin Elite trigger coming out.
Sounds like you'll have a Gen 1 Kelvin Elite to get rid of.
Probably not, but I'm sure we could talk. I'm sure these are all for loaner guns, so
that's fair.
What else? Well, Black Friday stuff has been showing up.
Good.
I
It's
know
only
that,
been, like, a
that
few
we were on
days.
YouTube last week, so I didn't show this, but one of the uppers did come in the week prior, the PSA, and I know you really want to see this because you are the resident PSA fanboy.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny because I don't own anything they have, but are they the only AR ever shot? Maybe. That could be. That could be a low bar, but yeah.
But so the guys had ordered an 18-inch barrel.
Ooh, stainless too. Fancy.
Yeah, stainless. Does not have an adjustable gas block.
I would imagine.
Handguard is kind of interesting. It's got these QD points here that bulge out quite a bit. So
not a fan. I don't like my QD this close to me anyway, so
I prefer it further out too, but yeah. So
just for the viewers, this is my PR and I have my QD here, and it's like this when I'm hanging onto it.
Oh yeah, so I like it.
That's how I prefer
at the front of the handguard. That's where I have my loop on my competition rifle behind me there. I mean, it's a forged receiver, so it seems decent. It's just got a standard charging handle that everyone throws away, but they got another charging handle that they're going to be bringing down. The bolt is... It just seems like everything about this is cheap. And even as I look at this bolt more, it's a cheap bolt.
Did they not get the improved one? Oh God, why is it so shiny? Jesus.
It's polished. That's why.
It's supposed to be stainless color.
Like you look at the bottom of it, and I don't know if it's going to show up, but the difference in your grind and everything at the front of the carrier itself, like the workmanship is not there. Now the gas key is staked, so there's that. The bolt itself, now this fresh out, I haven't had this apart to lube, but it seems rather stiff. But I'll pull it out and give it a good lube because it's hard to say when it's brand new out of the box.
I don't want to know what the part number is. I want to look it up, like what's the upper, but PSA have some improved stuff, and they have like improved bolt carriers and bolts. I don't know if this is considered one or not.
I don't think it's going
they're
to work for the guys' needs. That's what they chose. So cool. I cannot remember how much it was. It's a slimmer handguard, so it's not like trying to shoot a quad rail. It's a 1 in 7 twist. So like they're shooting heavier stuff. I think we ordered 67 grain they wanted. So
they're shooting 67 grain burner stuff as well.
I think that's what the plan is, just because of the price.
Fair.
But they might not be. I don't know what their ultimate plan is. So they're not running super Gucci ammo and that they're going for a deal. Like I can't remember what we got. I think we got Winchester white box for them. So that's what they requested. Some other parts that arrived. So Ambi mag release for actually that gun, because the guys that are using, one is right, one is left-handed. So we are definitely focusing on making it Ambi.
Battles of Development, becoming one of my new favorites for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's nice because they don't send it with the button.
Somehow that's a good thing.
Yes, because if you've already, say, bought an Odin Works that comes with their special button with the oversized release, you don't have another button that's just you have to toss out. It's okay, cool. I want the Ambi. I already have my extended on the other side.
Fair.
So all I need is that. I don't need another button. So
that's fair.
That's I do like that. So we'll get that on there. I just showed this is for my build. I don't know. I still don't know if this is the one I'm gonna go with, but I got it just because I like having parts. So it is the Odin Works XMR3, the extended mag release, their third rendition of that.
That is quite extended.
It is.
Looks good.
Well, it's the exact same one that I have. On my current gun.
Well, matches good. Ergo's important. Yeah, cool.
So awesome. I mean, it fits quite nice. You can actually get your finger up to actually push in. So yeah, that I've been using the Odinworks ones. They're pretty much the standard one on the market right now. The one that's on that other gun is actually an Armaspec. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. It's plastic, but
plastic.
Yeah. Just for the extended. The button itself is steel, but then they got to put a couple threaded.
Yeah, but
ports.
I feel like the pedal part is what actually takes the most stress because you're trying to like lever it.
I mean, it's a thick plastic.
Oh, that's not bad. Not bad.
And it's not a lot of force to push that in.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking if like my finger is particularly short in the shooter world, I guess. Which is funny because I use a standard sized 1911 trigger. I don't use a short one. So I don't know.
I guess I still have to decide I'm going to use this. I ordered a safety as well, Armaspec safety. Just trying a different one. So it's got the one side longer, one side shorter, like I like. That's the wrong side.
It has the pedals on it too.
Yeah,
wow.
It's got buttons, so it sticks nice and close to the receiver, but then it's just got a nice button there, nice little nub that you can actually trigger to. So I saw the design, thought it was interesting, so I figured I'd get it. And it's got good size button, so when I'm rolling out of position, it should be able to be quite easy to put it on safe, and
that's good.
Nice and easy to take it off safe. But probably gonna be throwing a Timney safety in there anyways. So we'll see if which one. But I will end up trying it out one way or another and see how I like it.
Cool. It is the adult's Lego, so build it the way you want it.
Yeah,
great.
For a bolt release, I went with Forward Controls. They have this nice dimpled one here. I don't know if it's going to show up a little bit.
It's a little asymmetrical, going to the left, extended, big one.
Yeah, so they sell this as forward bias, rear bias, center. So I got forward bias because I actually don't intend on using it. It's just there, like, okay, unload, show clear. I just need to lock back. And because the receiver I'm planning to use is side charge, I don't need a bad lever. So that's why I went with this. It looks nice. I literally bought it because, okay, it's got oversized and it looks nice with the dimples in it now. So
now I can see the dimples. My OCDs try to drive me to have matching brand stuff, which I don't think is good in a performance way, but maybe for a mental performance it helps. I don't know.
Well, and I catch myself doing that, but then it's like, well, if I'm running all that brand, why don't I just buy the rifle from them instead of building my own?
I'm particular as in the lower parts can have to match, but you can have a different trigger. It's very weird. Like I don't care of having a trigger tech trigger while I have a trigger tech safety. I don't know. It's just something.
Yeah. And takedown pins, I went with this Landtech titanium set.
Ooh.
So that's those guys there. They're kind of cut as gears.
Very shiny.
Yes. That's going to be the only shiny thing on that. I do like contrast. And I almost went with the same polished mag release on it, but I was like, no, I just want to go a little bit more subtle on certain things.
I'm surprised you didn't get a titanium castle nut.
Well, I haven't done that yet.
Actually, is it the castle nut or is it the
what's funny?
end plate? It could be both. I forgot.
My end plate on this one Or no, that's not. No, that's not. That's a slightly different one. I do on one of the guns. I do have a titanium end plate and castle nut.
Cool.
And maybe I might see if Buddy can bring them down. Interesting thing with these takedown pins, they send this little bar so that you wedge it in there so that if you ever have to remove these pins, that gets your detent out of the way so you can actually remove your pin, your takedown pin, easily.
Oh, it's like the...
So it is literally this little piece of metal here that you stick in. It's got a little wedge cut, so you kind of pull your pin out, slide this in there, and that pops the detent out. You spin your takedown pin and pull it out.
Wait, that's from Lanstech, right?
Yeah, Lantech, yeah.
Yeah, that piece of metal sells for like $10 or something.
Well, the takedown pins do not.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually looked into this because for the SBI LPC, your detent is installed the wrong way in the gun, as in the gun itself captures the detent and spring, and your detent is going facing backwards where your pin's slot is facing forward of the gun. So there's like no way to take it out, but the tool, or this is one of the tools, or Brownell sells one, or the mil spec data package for the M4 specifies you can modify an Allen wrench that way, so you can take out your rear takedown pin without unstaking your castle nut and everything. So that's an interesting detail. That's cool. They included the tool. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch, especially for what they cost. So. Got my gas block. I ended up going with the rifle speed gas block. I'm probably going to be getting a different one. I'm still debating because on their website, they actually have like a tool to see which one, because if you look at the box, so I'll show you the box, they have all sorts of different ones. And the dial, like this, basically you just turn this front part to adjust the gas. So it's made that they make different lengths so that they come out the end of your handguard. Well, I like running a 15-inch handguard on a 16-inch barrel, and based on their website, they didn't have one that would work. It would be either just too short, so just inside the handguard, or be running into the break. Got my new handguard in, and then got looking at the unrivaled break, and I got a good 3/4 of an inch of play there, so I'm still debating, I might get the one that I would actually send that dial out the end of my handguard so I don't have to pull the handguard to tune my gun. But this is the one I got. Said if I wasn't going to worry about saying, I'll get the shortest one I can, but it's still super easy, no tools needed. It's just twist that around and you adjust your gas. They also send 2 different plungers there for however much gas you need to adjust or whatever. So I still got to look into that for choosing your actual pin that blocks your port, because it doesn't just go infinitely. You have one rotation. So like right there, it's on 1, and then it just, you turn, you get 1 rotation, and you're on 12.
So it has a... I was about to ask. You couldn't take the front out, right?
Yeah, so you just can't just keep unthreading it, which is nice. Which I put it away, but some of the other gas blocks that don't have detents or whatever, you get the screw coming out the side, and it's sticking out so far that on some of these slim handguards, it's sitting there hitting the handguard. Put it back,
yeah.
And it's supposed to be a gas block designed for a slim handguard. We have a JP one here that's exactly that way.
Interesting.
And you had to adjust it so far out that on these Atlas or the Aero Atlas S1 handguard, you couldn't use it because it was your screw was adjusted out so far just to get the gun to run that it was hitting the handguard. So that's why I'm now looking for like detent adjust out the front, or like this rifle speed where it's super easy to adjust on the fly. So if
that's cool.
you have it set up for a certain temperature and all of a sudden you're into this colder temperature and you need to add more gas, boom, there, a couple clicks there, you got more gas to get your gun to run. So you can run a tighter tolerance then as well. That's pretty much it for the small stuff. Buttstock came in. So I've shown this on the show before when Craig ordered one, but this is the XLR buttstock. It's very similar idea as my Cole Components that is on my current comp rifle, but this has a little bit more cushion. Like, it's actually got a limb saver butt pad on here. There's actually neoprene on your cheek pad, so it's more comfortable. Just all around, just seems like a more sturdy build. This is actually metal instead of Kydex, like on the Cole Components, and I can remove spacers and really adjust this. So that would be nice. And then the handguard came in from Smoke Composites, my carbon fiber handguard. So there it is there, and the barrel nut is in here, and it weighs more than the whole thing.
Fair.
It is super light, like super light. The rail sections are actually aluminum. I thought they might be carbon fiber, but they're actually aluminum rail sections placed in the carbon fiber. So
how are they attached?
Looks like an epoxy.
Okay.
It does look to be an epoxy on there. So all it has to do is hold on a front sight, a front 45. So yeah, I don't mount my scope to that. That'd be silly. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to making this build significantly lighter than my last build.
That's cool.
Yeah. Slugs came in. Craig and I ordered like 500 slugs, so those have arrived. And my it's not really gun, but it's going to be used for gun stuff because we're going to probably find a way to use it at SHOT Show, and I will be using it at matches. But my 360-degree camera came in today.
Nice.
So I did buy one of those, the X5. And so that'll be fun to play with, go clamp it on a wall or something on the stage and get just another view of running the stage. And then, like I said, I'm going to play with it. Last couple of years, there's been a shot that I've been wanting to get at SHOT Show, and that's going to make it possible. So.
What is that shot? What?
When you first get there, when you're walking down the hall and all it is like you're like this and it's just shoulder to shoulder down, walking down the main corridor. That's the shot I want.
The cattle herding shot. We should make it like an intro off the SHOT Show.
Speed it up and everything. Yeah, no, that's kind of one shot I've been wanting to get ever since I first went. So
that's cool. It's creative. I like it.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. But yeah, so that's all the purchases that have arrived so far. It was a very expensive Black Friday. There is still a ton more stuff coming in. I did go shoot a match though on Sunday. I mentioned I went over the mountain range and over to Alamogordo. They were doing a shotgun match on Sunday. So I figured I would grab my shotgun and go. Ross Haney, he's a hot shot, probably pretty much the top heavy metal shooter down here. And yeah, so it was a good day. We both had shotgun issues. Like he was running pump gun, and it was just 4 stages, but it was good because it showed up some issues. I had some big issues. My best stage was the first stage, which even then I was looking over the sights, like mounted low, so I was shooting high on some shots, but I ended up getting second overall on the first stage. So I was able to beat Ross and came second to an open shooter. The other stages, stage 2, I had a failure to eject. So the hull was just sitting there at the port. stuck. And then I did the amateur thing, the thing I know better than to do. Once I got that out, I tried making up the time. And it didn't work.
Like, was it just too fast and you're like missing targets?
Yeah, I was driving too hard. I needed to, like, I needed that intensity, but I needed to tone it back just a little bit because I was going too fast. I was driving too fast, getting ahead of myself on the trigger. So like, they had a couple Texas Stars, cleaned the one good, and then just because I was reloading, so I was low mounting again, and too many makeups, and just sending rounds because just missing the target because I was just too hard on it. Last two stages, it was malfunction central. Like it wouldn't drop a shell, so it would eject, but then it wouldn't drop a shell out of the tube, and so I was racking, and it was not pretty. So I mean, it was good because it showed up some shotgun stuff, and after going too hard, I think I tapered off too much. And like, I mean, the third stage, I came off that stage and is basically, I was thinking through the entire stage. And anytime you're thinking your way through a stage, you're not going to do great. You're not going to have a great time. Still ended up managing to pull a win in tactical or standard. They were using USPSA multi-gun rules, so yeah, tactical / standard. And seventh overall. So still not horrible. There was a bunch of first-time shooters out there, so it was kind of cool to shoot with them and talk with them through basically action shotgun shooting and that. So I think next one will be an even bigger success. This was the second one they did. Now trying to talk them into doing one before Superstition, so I can get a little more shotgun tune-up / confirmation before Superstition. But with that, I did order a bunch of parts the next day at work. So I got a new shell latch coming because Ross was looking at, he figures it's the shell latch is that it's lost tension, and that's the issue. So I ordered one of those. I've got new recoil springs coming. I got new dogleg springs coming. I got trigger springs here, so I didn't order new trigger springs. Craig thinks it's the trigger springs, just all the springs in the trigger pack. I have a hard time with that one, but he did it in his shotgun and it got it cleaned right up. So I don't know. I've got a bunch of options to play with, and we'll see what we come up with. But so it was a good time. 6 hours of driving, but it was a fun match and whatnot. But yeah, next week I will have more stuff to show because there will be more stuff coming in. Dustin, I see you're here. What did you get up to in guns?
I am here. Can you guys hear me all right? I was having mic problems for a second. All right, good. Sorry, I literally just got in the door from a 3-hour-long meeting, which was gun related, or at least parts of it. We did a 3-hour table read that was prop specific, and so I got to talk about guns a little bit today to people that don't normally do that, which was...
So in other words, you scared them because of your enthusiasm as you were talking and smiling.
It was really cool. The showrunner, well, like, he's definitely got like a little bit of knowledge. He's American, so like he's just by nature of being an American often have like a little bit more knowledge than like your average Canadian. Not a ton, but like enough to appreciate some of the little detail stuff that I was bringing to the table, which is good. So that was cool. Although exhausted, and they're still going for another hour and a half. Hour anyway. But yeah, I also, so it was my birthday on the weekend, and my partner took me many places, but one of those places was laser tag. We had like, there was like a group of 10 of us, a bunch of adults, and I went and just slaughtered them all. It was this it was an adult amusement park. There's kids there too, but there's like 2 different go-kart tracks that were like multi-leveled, like 3-tier electric go-karts that just go. They're just like, it's just immediate go. when you step on it. And there's also laser tag, which was what I wanted to do. Wanted to shoot at my friends. So did that. That was a ton of fun. I did buy some ammo on Black Friday, mostly pistol stuff, but there was a couple of little like tempty deals for some 308 that I bought because why not? It's not like I'm not going to shoot it. I don't know when I'll shoot it, but at some point.
Where did you buy it from?
Sorry?
Where did you buy it from?
Dude, at Black Friday, I bought shit from all over the place. We won't. No one needs to know how much money got spent that day.
No, I'm just curious for the 308. I want to know if we landed on the same deal or not. Was it from Bullseye or no?
It might have. I definitely got something from Bullseye, so that might have been it. Would you? Wow. Anyway,
Anyway.
There was a lot of. I bought from a bunch of spots. I should know. Anywho, and I finally, after a little bit of pressing, got a response. So I've been having some correspondence back and forth with my my federal MP's office. Not my federal MP. I'm still trying to get a meeting. It will be by the time I get the meeting, it will have been more than 14 months since my last meeting.
Oh my
They
God.
really gave me the runaround for a long time, and then I sent kind of a very heavily PR worded email last week. Just hi. I have been trying to get a meeting for the last 14 months. I was told to contact you guys in the fall. It is now the winter, and you have not responded to my fall contact about trying to get on the docket for fall. I would like to be on the meeting roster for the winter, as like we're rising from the house in a couple of weeks here. You still haven't answered me on any of the questions around the claim that the confiscation program targeted exclusively at legal gun owners is voluntary, as well as I very honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've sent like 3 I think letters just to them, just adding more things that I would really like my MP to answer, as far as Carney saying it's voluntary, everything around what the public safety minister said, and a couple of other those things, and then big concerns around us not getting fairly compensated. Anyway, I did get an email response back, not to bore everybody, and I put a portion of it down here. I'm just gonna make that a little bigger so I can read it.
At least something. Isn't it like a machine response?
No.
Thank you for your email.
No. Not quite that bad, which is good. And I did get put on the meeting roster for January. We'll see if they follow. I did respond. It was like, there's like 1 week where I'm not going to be in the country. Please don't put my meeting on that week, because they just tell you. Sometimes it'll be the day of, like, hey, you can have a meeting today. Like, can you be here in 40 minutes or more? Now it's mostly Zoom calls. It's like, no in-person meetings with someone like me anymore. But before I read this, I would like to read both of you.
Well, that's actually to your advantage, isn't it? Because it's easier to record a Zoom meeting, right? It's just technology is so
OBS
much easier.
Studios, baby. I record every meeting. I've got everyone that I've had with him ever since they started doing this. But nonetheless, I should make a little montage. Nonetheless, I just want to read to you just 2 definitions real quick, and then I'll read this email. And you tell a little quick test. So here's definition number 1. Done, given, or acting of one's own free will. Could you guess what that is the definition
Voluntary?
of? Oh, knocks it out of the park. Okay, now Tony.
This is a great ESL lesson.
All right, double the points. You get double the points if you get this one. Here's the other definition for this other word.
Must be confiscation.
No. Required by law or rules. Compulsory.
Mandatory?
Oh, he got it 2 for 2. Excellent. Excellent. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to read you just the portion of the email that this isn't the whole thing because there's conversation about my meeting. But anyway, I'm going to read you the important part of the email. So thank you for your patience as we waited for further information from the minister's office. We've been following up and share the information with constituents as soon as we have it. Please find the information they shared below. This is not a confiscation program aimed at law-abiding firearms owners. It is a voluntary program and an opportunity for Canadians who care deeply for the safety of their communities to return their prohibited firearms for compensation. People can turn in their illegal firearms for compensation. If they do not do this, they can destroy their gun and not receive compensation. If they continue to possess their illegal firearm after the amnesty, it will be a violation of the law. They also encourage all eligible firearms holders to apply as early as possible to ensure they receive compensation, which suggests that they're already planning for that to not be the case.
Not happen, yeah.
Our office has asked for further clarification about compensation and the concerns you outlined below. We will share the information as we receive it. They won't, because they never do, because they never get that information. Now, the reason I asked you, to just about those two definitions. If there is a violation of the law included in my not taking part in their voluntary program, if there were, say a set of compulsory rules with a criminal penalty on the end of not doing that thing, and I don't want to do that thing, would you describe that thing as being voluntary or mandatory?
Okay,
Well, see,
Dustin,
the participation in the, now you've read their response and everything, so based off of that, now we all know how we all think, but the participation in the buyback program is voluntary.
Yes.
Yep, I'll agree with
Getting
Scott.
rid of those is not voluntary. That
Yes.
is that is mandatory.
Yes.
Right.
But
And so therein lies the misinformation and disinformation that our federal government is actively spreading to the public. And these are the same people that are saying, trust us, and we should be in charge of the spread of information and misinformation and disinformation. So it is my intention during that meeting, that is going to be, I want a 1 minute of him
Clip.
tap dancing that, and that will probably be just FYI. That might be Slamfire's first little YouTube short, like my federal MP trying difficultly to articulate how something that is by force of law still voluntary, and how that isn't slimy, misinformation being spread by the federal government. So I intend to ask him that question. There's a few other little ones that I intend to ask. Like, you only get 10-15 minutes, and so I'm kind of going to just focus on like 2 or 3 things and hit him really hard, which is a shame because I like the guy a lot. He's actually pretty nice, but he's an absolute retard and keeps voting for everything that's bad for the country. So,
well, yeah, I would agree with Kyle. It's just a word game, right? Like, possession of prohibited device is mandatorily not legal.
But here's the thing: is that that voluntary word, the program's voluntary. That's what's being told to the public. The public is being told this is voluntary, so it's no big deal. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. Totally
and really, the thing that really makes it bad is just to go off what you said, Dustin, is that the way they're putting it is it's not the participation in the program that is voluntary. It is the giving up of guns that is voluntary.
Right.
And that's the way they're steering it. Like they can't come out and say it, but that's the way they're steering it for perception.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But that is the clearest definition of misinformation, of like intentional lying by omission, and by nature also just like sowing division between political lines. Like it is, and my big question. So you guys want a little cheat for my other big question? I wrote it down. My follow-up question is just in regards to everything that the Liberals doing, this whole effort of building Canada. How is destroying an $8 billion a year industry, shutting down hundreds of small businesses, unemploying thousands, all while sowing division along politically opposed social lines without any good evidence towards effectiveness in any way nation building? I want him to answer that question for me. I would like an honest to God answer how destroying the firearms industry in Canada is a nation building exercise.
Well, they're going to say that the definition of nation building is building a strong liberal voter base in Canada. And somehow that's nation building, right? It's just, to be honest, I'm not surprised because the whole premise behind the multiple OIC bans, like pistol makes crime, sure, but legal pistols is the problem now, and
But exclusively legal pistols, Tony. That's the part that they're not talking about, and that the CBC has been conveniently not talking about how criminals possessing illegal firearms cannot take part in this buyback. So the very claim that this is going to get guns off the street, that's my next question, is how is this going to get criminal guns off of the street if criminals cannot partake in the buyback, which right now they can't. It says it right at the top.
Oh yeah, of course. And the street price for these illegal guns are going to be way more than, so it's everything about this entire, not the program itself, but the entire liberal gun control scheme is based on a deception placed to the general public who is not informed about the whole Canadian firearm situation.
Well, I wouldn't even go at this point, I wouldn't even be nice enough to call it their gun control scheme.
It's not. It's
a disarmament agenda. And like you were saying, it does, and we've this is preaching to the choir. We have talked about this at
length, yes,
very much length. But like, okay, so criminals can't take part in this. We'll call this buyback. Okay, so the buyback isn't doing anything to take illegal guns off the street. They've passed laws that reduce minimums for people charged of firearms crimes. They aren't doing a damn thing about their term gun crime at all.
Nope.
And it just every time I see it, it just gets even more and more sick. Because it's how people don't see the blatant. This is just a civil disarmament. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with gangbangers or gun crime and I know I'm using words that whatever. It says nothing for that. And the sooner people realize that this is just civil disarmament, the better. But it's Canada, and I have zero faith that will ever happen.
You could, it wouldn't matter. Like, you can tell people could know it's civil disarmament and it's Canada, so they would encourage that. And you're not wrong. Like, look, the fact is, like, people have been kind of pigeonholed into like wearing tinfoil hats for claiming such things. But like the RCMP came out with that report, last year? They're like, there is a severe chance of a civil uprising and a true and honest eat the rich in the next decade. And you want to tell me that it's totally unrelated that they're suddenly trying to eliminate the possession of all the kinds of guns that you'd use against a tyrannical government preemptively before those people decide to use them against the government? Color me shocked. But it's the dishonesty, right? Like that. I don't know if you guys saw that the government report that came out today, because they're getting pressed on the SKS thing, right, in committee. And the government coming out with we are aware of 14 SKSs in the country.
What?
Like,
I need to read this because I have the screenshot.
Yes.
I have the screenshot. Let me post it. Let me post it.
Excellent. So, wow. So this is the level of like intellectual dishonesty that we're dealing with from the government. They know there's more than 14 SKSs because they had import records forever. None of those were made here. Every one of them came.
What do they think they're doing? Just collecting dust in a warehouse somewhere?
No. CBSA stamped an approval for every single one that came in, which means there exists a record somewhere for the millions of them that have been imported into the country over the years. And their answer is, we know about 14.
I've never seen a registered SKS.
Yeah, I know. Same thing.
I think there was a Chinese paratrooper model. I don't know if that was official, but there's also civilian paratrooper conversions that gave it a 16-inch barrel in the States. So I'm thinking they might have done it here too.
Yeah, maybe somebody was building like a little custom one.
I think there would be more registered SKSs if it was a parts kit or something.
Yeah, no, I think that
It was like a custom job, I think.
Like, even just looking at these numbers, these 2 in BC and 6 in Ontario, I'll bet you that those 2 in BC are film guns. I'll bet you they exist. If they don't exist in the armor, I'm going to go looking for them now. I'm going to go ask, because I will bet you, though I know where those 2 are, and I will bet you that a couple of those 6 are probably also film guns, like almost guaranteed. Who in their right mind would bother?
Yeah,
like, unless you're building a real special kind of project. Anyway,
you know what? At the time, it was $200, and you can bubba the F out of it, and no one's gonna bat an eye about it, so it's fine.
I did. Oh, good old. Sorry.
I take back my laugh before. I'm impressed. There's 14 registered, like 14 SKSs that required registration.
I know, right? A little bit different. I know that's more kind of like gun news than anything, but it just kind of goes into my little. Thank you for everybody listening to my tyrannical rant. My tirade.
It's classic. Train tracks. There are no tracks.
Yeah. No kidding. But yeah, so that's what I did in guns. I apologize. I hope the listeners aren't super bored of me yet. One day I will have more fun things to talk about, but
well, when the liberals out of power, I don't know.
Dude, I mean,
we'll rule the space for 99 years.
Look, this can be my what I did in guns plus political update. But all of a sudden, like the liberals, even like Carney this week, wishing that budget had caused an election. Like that Algoma steel loss, it's a big loss. That's thousands of people out of work, and it's coming to light that they knew that was going to happen. That the government knew it was. It's not good. It's not good.
I heard about the headline. I didn't know what seriously happened. I didn't have time to look into it.
Like the government is the epitome of has been drunk behind the wheel for way too long and just nobody's supervising them. The contracts and deals that they made before they handed $400 million to that company, apparently just nowhere required that there not be job losses. And this is the company rep coming out and saying, like, no, they were aware, like, we are shifting to this kind of manufacturing. We are going to reduce this many jobs. We've been open with the government about this for a long time. And yeah.
Well, maybe it's a way to reduce job loss. Maybe if we didn't give them the money, they would have just yanked the plug and moved. I don't know. So
here's my pitch to my MP. And I know that he'll laugh when I pitch him it, but I want to pitch him my solve. Dustin Lang, I have a plan to help the country. And I really want him to help. I think that if he had the balls, what he should do is,
cross the floor.
No. He should have a meeting with our prime minister. Be like, Mr. Carney, I've got a great idea. He can steal my idea. It's totally fine. It's just as long as it gets done. And say, I've got a great idea. We should throw this whole anti-gun thing, just throw it straight in reverse. Kick Natty just right out the light. She can go hang out with Stephen Guilbeault. Nobody can give a shit about her. And instead, what they should do, throw the doors open, welcome the gun lobby in, say, we are going to completely throw in reverse everything that was Trudeau era stuff. We're an entirely different government. And so what our intention is to be more fair to gun owners. So what we want is the gun lobby to help us write fair gun laws, reasonable, real gun laws. We're going to undo everything, do this instead, because we want to actually foster and bring back that industry that dirty old Trudeau just destroyed. It was an $8 billion industry, and now it's like $2 billion. We want people employed. Someplace where we could use Canadian steel. Dude, what are guns made out of? Like, we could steel, aluminum, we could be cranking them out. We could make all kinds of arms. There's no end to businesses that are like either have been just about run into the ground or have been run into the ground. But if you were to like give some of that $400 million government money to some of those small businesses, entrepreneurs. Oh, we could have a whole arms industry, and it would be huge, and it would be fostered by a legal, law-abiding gun community that are above reproach, already the safest individuals in society. And you could cut the legs out from under Pierre's next, campaign, because a whole bunch of moderates who also got completely dicked over by this might be less willing to, vote for the conservatives if the liberals are kind of giving them everything that they want. So that's my pitch. Now, obviously, I'm going to get laughed at for even,
Let me play the Mark Carney role, if I may.
Yes,
that would be very un-Canadian. We are not trying to be Americans. Elbows up, so can't do that. Sorry.
No, of course. But yeah, I mostly want to see his response, because I want to see somebody rationalize their way out of fostering Canadian industry and entrepreneurship.
It's un-Canadian, right?
Well, at a time,
those dirty Americans.
Dude, did you like the whole reason? Like, I was just talking with my investor buddy today. Like, I got a meeting with the material science guy next week. Like, we got to move on this. When Trump made his little announcement that, like, oh, maybe we feel differently about Canadians immigrating to America in these particular industries, and one of those industries is like business leaders and owners of businesses who want to move, like, with like an immediate green card and a 5-year path to citizenship. I'm like, that there it is. That's the ticket. That's the thing I want. It's right there. Trump just said, here it is. Bring industry, bring business here. So, yeah, throwing the that in full throttle real quick too. That's an aside, but like at a time where that's a thing, I would say that Canadian industry might want to be fostering some industries rather than watching the brain drain go to the States, because it's happening. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, that I went off on a tangent. Tony, did you talk about student guns yet?
I did, and I think that's a good tangent. It's a relevant tangent, right? And personally, I'm not a believer last time around saying it's going to be a 2-year government, quick in and out. We're going to see that. I was a believer that we're going to get somewhere this year, but that didn't happen. But always got to be ready for election, because we are not in a active advantage state where we don't get to call an election.
No. So, but here's the thing, Tony. It's not getting any better for him. And all right, so you just had Elizabeth May say, I mean, not that it matters, because
one seat, very important. Well,
never mind. It's Elizabeth May.
Her mind changes with the wind that goes through her head, because there's nothing in between her ears. But nonetheless, like literally just a brief breeze will change her direction. But nonetheless, it does, like they don't have a functional majority, and a single seat does make a difference in a confidence vote, just in general. And you are also not taking into account that he is about to lose some caucus members. Like, at some point in the next year, Jolie is going to be gone. Obviously, Guilbeault is going to be gone. Freeland's going to be gone. And there's like a half dozen others. Like a lot of that legacy Trudeau stink is going to be gone in the next year. And they're going to have by-elections. And look, like, I'm going to be honest. Do you think that anybody in that region in Ontario is going to vote Liberal in the next by-election? No, absolutely not.
No, I can see it.
And even the same here. Like, we lost 350, logging jobs to like yesterday or today. But in BC here, this is a foothold for them right now that they haven't traditionally had. And boy, I tell you, being in BC, the winds of change are like both provincial. They just pulled Rustat out of his seat today. Like, they're like, you're not leader of the BC Conservatives anymore, because the BC NDP are suffering out here and they're concerned about an election soon. But like that, there is a lot of conservative energy both federally and provincially in this province, and like Carney's not rocking the way he needs to maintain his functional majority. And honestly, like, you look at some of the counts for like some of the contestable seats, like even just in the Lower Mainland here, there's like 5 that are not safe, and 5 others that the Conservatives, if they put some effort in, could get. And that's true elsewhere. So I don't know, man. I think we probably will see an election in a year, maybe less. Like, maybe less. And I don't know. People need to hurt more, but those things that just happened, like that's going to make Christmas rough for a bunch of people. Christmas is going to be rough for a bunch of people this year. The palette for a different government next year will be something after the holidays, I promise. Yeah. Sorry. That's just my little political update. Moving on.
Let's go to upcoming events. It's winter times. Not a lot is happening, but there is Maple Seeds coming up. Long Butte, BC, December 21st. That's going to be a cold one. And they also have one planned for April 26th. Way more palatable. Also in Long Butte, BC. So get your tickets there if you miss your Maple Seed last year or this year. If you're in BC, check them out. HGG Firearm Training, we have December 6th, which is coming up in St. Lena. So if you're in rural northeast of Edmonton, Alberta, you might want to look into that one spot remaining. And then December 13th and 14th, doubleheader, non-restricted, restricted at Sherwood Park. A new location, December 15th and 16th, evening classes at Supreme Steel in Atchison, west of Edmonton. Coming up, BTSA Dynamic Shotgun Challenge, December 6th trial match, a buck and slug, as I mentioned before. Sign up on Practice Score. I saw there's still like 10 spots remaining, so come and say hi. I think it's a Saturday. This Saturday will be.
The whole match isn't buck and slugs, is it?
I think so.
That's an
So
expensive
it's
match.
I guess, yeah. There's some score slugs that's quite a bit cheaper than hunting slugs, and I think there's score bucks too. I might be wrong on that.
They're still not cheap.
I know. I want to see how bucks are scored. That'll be
down the barrel.
interesting.
Well,
But I'm pretty sure it's like smaller tubes, so probably smaller, shorter kind of stages. We'll see. It's a trial match, right? And we have the calendar for IPSC Alberta 2026 is coming out. Ken Hum, owner of PCU Shooting Supplies, and I believe he is the North Region Director at IPSC Alberta. So yeah, go see his Facebook post on that. And let's go to the news. The first news is from, I guess, the CCFR. There were unconfirmed things about new explosive regs that has been corrected. So just so you know, so far it seems that things are remaining the same. I just want to let everyone know about that. And the Canadian Firearm Advisory Committee page has been forwarded. I'll share that here. Publicsafety.gc.ca. We could not find this page. So
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, not too sure what's happening, but it is the page for the Firearm Advisory Committee, CFAC.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Wendy on the chairing that committee. That'll be great, and I'm sure Natty will find her way onto it as well, undoubtedly.
For sure. Let's go to new gun stuff first. Of course.
I just pulled up that shotgun match because I was curious, and it is just buckshot and slugs, and it's like 15 rounds of each. So yeah,
that's
not
very
too bad.
very short.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And it looks like maximum five rounds a stage. It almost looks like. So like they got the stages posted up too. So short courses of fire, testing out your slug and buckshot. So yeah, that could be interesting. That could be real interesting.
Cool. I'll try to take some videos.
Yeah.
Let's go to new gun stuff. First, we have somewhat related to the SHOT Show news, I guess. Why is that not popping up? Oh no. What did I do?
Your internet is not liking you right now.
Am I stuck? I'm not stuck. No, I'm okay.
Your video is very laggy and
Yeah.
Is my voice laggy too?
A little bit. It's like half robot at times.
You're buffering for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
buffering.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know.
Did they turn down the internet in Alberta? Are they trying to conserve power or something? Like,
They might
just, like,
try.
just dialing it down.
The Chinese government's trying to censor me. Oh no.
Shove more coal in the fire.
Well, I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but oh god. I thought I stopped the sharing, but it's still going. Okay. Oh god.
No, it is still going here. Hang on.
What is happening right now?
You got this here.
Okay. Is this working now? Okay, we'll assume it's working. So yeah, the Gundy votes is open now. Vote for your favorite creators, I guess. There's quite a few people participating. I don't see Runko on here this year, unfortunately. So sad. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know who posted this. There's LTAC AR-15 barrels for sale, $350. I'm guessing these are retired Raven barrels. I don't know if they're any good. They're 18.6, which is kind of a dumb length for the current Canadian market. But
do you think that they? Oh no, it's Lockhart. So they were using those barrels for all of their guns, right?
Yeah,
they probably just have a ton of them.
Oh, I'm guessing they would still be using these for the conspiracy too. So
I guess.
Well, I mean, you could, but
yeah. Like, I'll bet you they have pallets of those things.
350 is not cheap though. Also, 18.6 is a weird length. Again,
that
depends on the barrel.
Is a
like
weird
it
one.
really depends on the barrel.
Yeah. Anyway, just so you know, 350, 2231, Lautech barrels. I don't know who posted this. I don't know how this is shooting related, but yeah, this I guess like it's camel and it's a streaming head. So I think Adrian put it in here or something. I don't think I have anything to do with shooting.
I didn't do it.
Oh, no. It has a real tree camel on it, so it's hunter inspired or something. I don't know.
Excellent.
That is very funny. Yeah, well, it's Skull Candy, so the ad is very funny. Coming up, we have the Taylor & Co. 18-inch 9mm lever action. I think this is the one you saw at SHOT Show 2025, isn't it?
Oh, you probably saw that one, yep.
I think you have a tiny bolt, but yeah, 9mm.
$2,000
for eye-watering $26.99 Canadian. Oh boy!
You want to lever action won't be going in my safe anytime soon.
Thank you, Prophet. Actually, Necropost. Sorry, it's from 2024. So
that's old.
That's
what
super old.
The hell?
Tony's drunk behind.
I guess they're getting a restock of it, so I guess they sold out.
Oh, what did they get?
That is impressive. Oh God, maybe I should look it up. Yeah,
impressive that they had to restock over a year later.
From the two that they had. Hey, everybody, we got two more.
Oh God,
$2,800 for a 9mm gun.
That is very expensive. I can't even find it. What the heck? Come on.
Well, let's move on.
Let's move along. Oh, actually,
let's move on.
One last try. Just
oh my God, Tony.
One last try. Nope, they don't have what. I guess they're on its way. The price is unknown. Victory Ridge Sports have some deals coming up for, just preparing for Boxing Day. You can say cases, gun cabinets, range bags. Free trigger lock with every firearm.
Cool.
Ooh. There are always those crappy garbage ones that you throw away anyway.
I bet they're probably going to give you a better one. Hard to say. This is also a Necro post I found. For some reason, it's on the front page, but Knife Force pricing are increasing. So maybe know about that. I don't know if they sold out.
We talked about this. That was from October.
Yeah, I thought so.
We talked about this
a bit.
Yeah.
This is new though. This is new.
Are you sure? He scrolls up like,
Kinda.
yeah.
There's new. Remember the Sulimar SS211? There is an update. It's the
Oh, they got a side-by-side.
214 now. Side by side and over under. Side by side with ears.
Oh, I like that.
$499. Good price. Steel rated.
I don't know about good price, but
the over under. You know what? That's not. I mean, it's not a good price. It's not a horrible price. Like so, like my side by side by China, side by side by China. I think it's like a JW something
15.
Yeah, 1500, something like that. I don't know. I should know. I don't know. I call it my boomstick because that's what it is. But it was like $300, or new. It was $300. I think I bought mine for like 150.
So if I was to buy a shorty like this, I'd over the top, and the one you got up right now, the 33 centimeter length of pull, that would be the one I got if I were to buy one of these, just because it's just extra ridiculous.
It's more.
All right.
Oh,
as
like
who
this
owns,
one?
The one that's barrels are even with the handguard.
Yeah, and
scroll
it's
down.
got a shorter stock.
Scroll down.
That one. So that one's got the shorter stock that's not meant for shoulder.
Yeah.
And don't get your head out past that handguard, because that's going to end badly.
Now I'm
absolutely
confused. This one looks so short, but it has a 33 centimeter length of pull. This one looks way longer, but I have 27.
That's a good point. That's got to be reversed.
31, yeah, 25. But this one has the shorter barrel, so I guess the stock would be different. Anyway, this is
I like having a full stock on these little shorties because I like shooting them. Although this one would be real hard not to make myself a pistol grip for. Like I wouldn't do it, but it would be real hard not to.
Just know the SS211 is popular enough; they're making an upgrade.
I don't think you can make that a pistol.
We don't like to talk about CZ, but there is this one particular CZ 600 Trill on SFRC for a really good price.
Yeah, it's too bad it's a turncoat product, and
turncoat product. See, it even have a turncoat caliber. You know it's communist.
62x39, yeah.
Yeah, so
that is as communist as it gets. It's a good deal.
It's a good deal. Well, you can only get one of it, so
$1,100 for a bolt action 7.62. All right. So hang on. So this is kind of sad on a couple of levels. So bolt action 7.62x39, because you can't shoot any other stinking thing.
SKS still out there.
Yeah, SKS ammo, because everybody's got that. It's not a ridiculous price because nobody has any money, and it's of course it's put out by a company that is actively facilitating a gun confiscation from the people that this gun is meant for. So they can eat a big bag of dicks. Yeah.
Skip, and then this one is new for sure from yesterday. Calgary Shooting Center. They have the surplus M81 poncho liners. I don't even know what this is for.
What? A gun show? What is this?
I don't know. This is a surplus show now.
Okay, yeah. What does it come to?
I don't know. This is Canada gun nuts, man. This is what happens. This is depressing. This is what happens. All right, let's move on. Let's leave the depression. Jesus. Is my internet still not working, or did I just broke?
No, you're laggy. You're
laggy and choppy, and you look like you're playing chat roulette in 2014. Like you've got a webcam. It's not a good one.
It's not a good...
But you're also, at least everything's above here, so it's
internet speed seems all right. It is snowing in Calgary, so maybe that's a factor, but
yeah, they're turning the internet down. They're conserving it.
Yeah, they're conserving the energy. Our main topic was Dustin's rant about his MP, so I'll consider that the main topic. Let's go.
That was the main topic.
That was the main topic.
Sorry, everyone. The 5 people watching us. My God, anybody listening to us must hate me.
It's great. This is not a political show at all. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go to listener feedback. We do have an email, which is crazy. Kyle can read it for us, can you?
Yeah, I can. Hi, my name's Adam. I am from Nova Scotia. I really enjoy listening to your podcast while I commute to work. So I wanted to give you a little support through Patreon. Great work. Keep it up. So, and he did also sign up for $5 on our Patreon. So thank you very much, Adam. And we're glad you enjoy the show.
Adam J.
I'm glad you enjoy the show, even though I'm here. That's great.
It's awesome.
Don't
And
self-deprecate. You're good.
let's go to the YouTube comments. Let me see.
How's Eddie doing?
How's that? Eddie's fine. Eddie left us comments. We have. I thought he was a commenter with us before. Tony. On episode 513, SBI and ST22. Update for. Yeah, he. I don't know. He haven't responded in comment section for like a long time. I thought he sent in emails before too. Update from 2025. Magpul started making stocks for the Ruger Americans, both the standard and the wrench, for AICS and SNANAG magazine patterns. So there was a talk about a listener asking for a recommendation for a Shorty 308 hunting rifle. So I saw it bring this up, and Dustin didn't hear it, but I was buying ST22, so I listened back. But here's the thing, Adriel, I'm going to call Adriel. He was so lazy, he didn't even put an ST22 on his thumbnail. He put a Tokarev on it. That was unacceptable. Unacceptable. All right. Lawrence D8T on episode 332, competitive shooting on a budget. Competitive shooting on a budget is exactly what I'm trying to do, LOL. I just finished my first match. I'm reeling from all the gear and ammo other people are able to bring. Lawrence, I will probably send you a reply here too, reply on the comment, so you will see. I don't know if you're a common listener yet. If you are, welcome. What kind of competition is it? I'm guessing the episode probably covered quite a few, but are you looking at action shooting IPSC stuff, PRS rimfire, PRS 3-gun? Depends on the sport you're shooting. The gear requirements quite a bit different every time. So
I hear what he's saying, and yeah, you get into it and you're on a budget, and yeah, there are gonna be people there with all the things, all the high end things, and yeah, it can be tough to talk yourself into that. No, you don't need that. You can compete with the basic stuff. You don't need the high end Gucci stuff just to go out and have a good time. And you can do fairly decent with the cheaper stuff too, all things considered. But first off, welcome to competition shooting. Hope you enjoy it, and don't get discouraged by everyone having a bunch of people having all the Gucci stuff and all this gear. A lot of them, that's built up over years of competition, and they didn't just go out and buy that truckload of stuff in one go. That's been built up over time.
It's no different.
Yeah, there's a few high rollers that they just dump money, but
well, it's no different than honestly any other sport or hobby. Like I can point out folks with $20,000-$30,000 mountain bikes, or like $20,000 or $30,000 bags of golf clubs. You can absolutely spend in any hobby, but like you can do 80% of what you need to, like 80% is good for 20% of the cost a lot of the time, right? Like and sometimes you can do 100% as good, like unless you're shooting up against somebody and like unless you're going to go do an open division, shoot against someone with a $10,000 race pistol, like don't do that and think you're going to compete fairly.
Well, but there's a level, like don't go to a match with like a Tokarev and
expect to like shoot up against somebody with a 2011 that's been tricked out. Like that's just not going to go well.
If you're shooting a Glock, you can be a good enough shooter to go up against a 2011.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep. And you can do some tweaks to make yourself just that extra little 20% better. Yeah. So there's a lot that can be done just with what we've got. And I know because I still use 3D printed shot shell caddies, mostly because those were an exercise and like I wanted to make them. Nice. I won't do that again. The next set I buy, I will buy. But they still work, and there's an element to that I like. So
What did you print those out of? Pet G or?
Yeah, I printed them out of a Pet G, so they've got a little bit more of that rebound
Flex,
rigidity.
yeah.
Flex, yeah.
All right, we have 2 comments from Eddie, of course. Hey, happy birthday, Dustin! Yay!
Thanks,
Speaking
Eddie.
of knockoff M4s and anti-drone shotguns, have you seen the YouTube video "World Champion Shotgun Shooter versus FPV drones"? I recall he mentioned he was using tungsten shot, so not likely that he have anything tighter than a mod choke. I'm actually not sure how tungsten chokes work. They have special, very tight tungsten chokes though. So, but with a flight control wad or one of the similar designs, he's getting an equivalent to full choke pattern. He also used a chest rig for quicker reloads. You may want a MG2 pistol, but you won't want to pay for it. Those are $3,000 to $4,000 pistols.
Yeah.
For
They're very custom though. So that'd be really cool.
I do want one.
Yeah.
Eddie, I want to see yours. I'll bet you Eddie's got one.
Maybe. And second comment from Eddie. Tony, I use neoprene slings on my hunting rifles, and I have no problem with them when I'm in a hasty sling position. I adjust them to fit before using it in the field. The slight give in the neoprene gives it some leeway for bulky closing when in position, and the wide padding feels nice on the support hand. I don't like how most of them, the pad don't slide. So I feel like it's always in the wrong position. And if I'm doing a hasty, it's kind of like the edge of the pad is where it's holding it against. But anyway, I prefer 2-point adjustable sling for both a competition and a hunting scenario. Just how I think about it. And that is all the YouTube comments we have for this week. We have sponsor links for buying things from Bass Pro and Brownells. We're gonna read off what you bought at the end of the year. If you are buying something from Brownells or used to be Cabela's, now Bass Pro Canada, by using the link, you will support the show. And yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be talking about your purchase anonymously at likely the end of the year. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon and our new Patreonee, Adam, again. If you like to support us, you can find us on Patreon. If you like to email the show, like Adam did, send them to slamfireradio@gmail.com. For shoutouts and recommendations, Dustin, do you have anything?
I do have a shout out actually for Eddie, who invited me to go out shooting the day after my birthday, but and I was supposed to. I was actually it was upsetting. I thought I had the afternoon off, and then I ended up in another kind of meeting, and I did not get out of in time to go shoot with him. But I will, Eddie, I will come shooting with you. Keep inviting me, because there's flexibility coming with this show. It's just like we're still early days. There's lots of stuff. But anyway, keep inviting me, because I will go shooting with you and bring some cool guns. That's my shout out.
Cool. What about Kyle?
I'll shout out Diana Driscoll for putting on the shotgun match. That was a fun day, and yeah, it was really good to find holes in the game and the gun, and no holes where they're not supposed to be, of course. But yeah, it was a super fun day. And how about you, Tony?
Cool. I have a shout out for SBI and likely Tristan of SBI for good price and customer service. Always Canadian innovation. I'll be able to showcase more of it next week. If you're interested, you can watch back our episode. What was it? 513 SBI and ST22, and you'll be able to see what's special about the ST22. You will get a T charging handle on the back, so that's pretty cool. And I'll also give a recommendation to, if you're into reloading and if you're into Facebook groups, I guess, the Canadian Reloading Room, where one of the organizers, Mark, sent out a link a post at end of November where hunting season ended, and encourage everyone to participate with their hunting picture. So that was pretty cool. All right, from that, we'll sign off. Join our Discord server. We do have one of those now. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week.
Good night,
See
everybody.
you next week.
Bye, Kelly.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.